Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate that you're choosing to spend a little bit of your time with me, the Maven. And we've got true crime in Cambodia, crazy crimes, and I've got a crazy story to start off with tonight. It's ready. And instead of scrolling through the news, I did that in advance. And vetted out a lot of the car accidents and drugs and even some of the killings that happen. Included a few of those, but skipped over a lot of them. So, yeah, only the most bizarre. I have my really nice you got to get up every morning with a smile on your face and show the world all the love in your heart. Carole King, my Carole King coffee cup. Mumsy is in the house. Woo. Glad you woke up in time today. Next week will be easier. Still have tomorrow with movie trivia. We'll have to make it Oscar themed for tomorrow. So are we ready? Are we ready to start with the first story? Ta-da! Cambodian Power Rangers arrested. And Gibbo is in house. Excellent. Great to see you here, Gibbo. So Gibbo and Mumsy starting us off today as we look at the Cambodian Power Rangers. So what's the deal with this? Two youths dressed as the Red and Black Power Rangers were arrested by police in Soi Ring province. That's near the border with Vietnam. The arrest came after police observed the youths performing dangerous tricks on motorcycles in order to post the content on social media, namely TikTok. TikTok has gotten extremely popular here. I don't think it's overtaken Facebook yet, but it's getting up there. So they're unnamed. They were educated and admonished following their irresponsible behavior. So they weren't arrested. Maybe they had to pay a fine. Doesn't say so, but there you go. Power Rangers in Cambodia. I know. Okay, this next one is serious, but hey, it's definitely in the strange things that happen in Cambodia. A foreign train surfer was injured in stunt on Cambodian train. Now, there is a follow-up story, which we will do next, but this was the first one. I guess this is the guy here. He ended up having his leg amputated. That's in the second story. So he sustained serious injuries after he reportedly climbed onto the roof of a Cambodian train in order to participate in the dangerous pastime of train surfing. The railway Facebook group reported that the incident took place around near Battambang around 4 p.m. Oh, the video is unavailable. It no longer exists. Oh, his nationality is not yet known. He sustained severe injuries to his feet and legs. Looks like there's a belt here. So they got him wrapped up to help stop the bleeding and put a tourniquet. And here's locals. Now, this guy in the orange vest is one of the train workers, works for the railways. There he is. All right, so let's see the follow-up. What happened? Share this tab instead. See what you guys are saying. Why didn't they contact the command center and alpha teleport them out of there? I know, the Power Rangers. They're behind the times, yeah. I don't know how popular Power Rangers are anymore. So he's been identified and may lose his leg. He's European. Badimbong. The video again is not available anymore. 3 foreigners, 2 men and 1 woman were riding a train from Badimbong to Phnom Penh on the roof, which is it's not like India or something where people get up on the roof. No, nobody gets up on the roof. The inspector stated that when they arrived at the scene, one of the foreigners was struck by a wire that had been strung across the tracks, causing him to fall down and be crushed by the train, breaking his right leg. So it's not like a super fast bullet train or anything. It doesn't go that fast. But even so, if he got hit by a wire, I mean, if that wire had gotten him in the neck, it could have decapitated him. But apparently it must have struck him in the middle or in the legs, making him lose his balance and fall off. Stupid. And people in Cambodia don't go around, even when and there's a heat wave right now. You don't go around in shorts and a sports bra. That's just not respectful here in Cambodia. His name was Nils Wilsed, 21 years old and Swiss, accompanied by a male Dutch friend and a female Australian. So they probably met up as they're backpacking Southeast Asia, and they probably met up together. Yes. Woohoo, got one. He was taken to the hospital by the police ambulance. He may have to have one of his legs amputated. Darn, missed that one. There's the ambulance. That's it. That's all we got. That's what you guys are saying. Choo-choo. Indeed. Okay, let's see. Here's another one that should have a video if it hasn't been taken down. Police investigate a kidnap after a foreigner seen jumping from a moving car. So these are like some stills. The person jumping out of the car. There they are on the ground. Dun, dun, dun. Kandal province. That's the area surrounding Phnom Penh. Is Kandal province. It's a Chinese national trying to jump out of a red Prius. So this video was shared on some form of social media, and it had the caption, "Along the 3rd Ring Road, we do not yet know what exactly this case is, causing shock, 2:30 a.m. on March 3rd. Well, if it's daylight, it's 2:30 p.m. Wow. Is it just replaying again? I think it's just replaying. Immediately after receiving the information, the expert forces conducted an investigation, found that it was a kidnapping for ransom. As it happened at 3:10 p.m. 38-year-old Chinese national. Same thing. Wow. There's a lot here. First, let me stop this. Okay. See what you guys are saying first, and I'll read this. Anyone want to buy me a Red Bull? No, I guess I'll buy my own. Yeah, moving right along. Looked like he was trying to get in. Yeah. So he left China to live in Australia to run a business selling car windows with an Australian business partner. Yay, another one. In December, this past December, this guy met another Chinese man through a third Chinese man who was introduced by a close friend. He'd been in contact with the first man for 3 months, and the latter tried to persuade him to come to Cambodia. So this guy said he would open a business in Phnom Penh, but did not say what business he would do, and promised Lu Sen would be the company's representative and receive monthly dividends. And because the guy that introduced them was a close friend and was trustworthy, he decided to come to Cambodia. So on March 2nd, he left Australia, arrived in Cambodia on March 3rd through the Phnom Penh International Airport. But upon his arrival, the guy who arranged for the red Toyota Prius with a Cambodian male driver to pick up the guy that was jumping, to meet the business partner. But when they were traveling to a point, while they were traveling on the road, there were 3 Cambodian men waiting on the sidewalk. The driver stopped the car on the sidewalk, and the 3 Cambodian men ran to the car. The two of the Cambodian men grabbed Lu Sen by the hands on both sides, and another one pulled him over by grabbing his neck and used violence to take away his phone. He fought back the men, pressed the car window, trying to escape through the window, and fell out of the car. Well, based on what we saw, when the driver stopped the car on the sidewalk, the 3 Cambodian men ran into the car. Okay, so at this point, the 3 Cambodian men are inside the car, manhandling him. And that's when he tried to get out of the window and fell out. When he managed to escape, he ran into a restaurant to ask for help, and the authorities arrived and took him for questioning. Currently, experts are searching for the identity of the suspect and the owner of the above vehicle to take legal action. So there we go. Looked like he was trying to get in. Okay, no new comments. All right, moving on to the next one. Criminals sent to court after punishment haircuts. So we every week we gotta show the guys getting their haircuts. They're lucky that they got all their hair shaved and not like half their head or something, because we've seen pictures like that where they give them a really bad haircut. 5 criminals accused of violent theft been sent to court after receiving a number 1 haircut. Oh, wow. They call that a number 1 haircut because I guess that like when you have a shaver, you have number 1, number 2, number 3, and they put it on number 1. 13 cases of violent motorcycle thefts. 20, 21, 19, 18, and 20. There they are. Look at all those motorcycles that they stole. Need to find a new line of work, dudes. And Zach is in the house. Everyone's saying hello and good morning to each other. Next up. Okay, so now here's a nasty one. Rotting body found in suitcase in Kien Swai. That is between Phnom Penh and the Vietnamese border. It goes all the way to the border. So a man's decomposed body was discovered in the suitcase after being dumped into a canal. Kien Swai district of Kandal province. Yeah, so it's outside of Phnom Penh, but in the direction of Vietnam. It was discovered around 8 p.m. Monday evening in a canal. It was a huge shock to the villagers. According to the chief of the district police, a villager contacted police after spotting the suitcase. The district police, working with blah, 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 went to the scene and began removing the black suitcase from the canal for inspection. That same evening, we discovered the body of the man who had been murdered and wrapped in a black plastic bag inside the suitcase after the forensic police opened it. He was dressed in shorts and a t-shirt, and the body had decomposed, leaving police to believe that most likely had occurred a while before the discovery. He noted, although the victim's identity and nationality are unknown to police, the autopsy report says he was between 20 and 30 years old. He was murdered at least 10 days ago. His body has been taken to a pagoda for further investigation. The police are putting a lot of effort into the case to bring those involved to justice. It says that the police have made the victim's photo publicly available on the district and provincial police websites, as well as on social media, in an effort to identify him. So his decomposing photo? That's odd. He asked anyone who had lost or not heard from a family member and who looked similar to the person in the distributed photo to contact the police immediately. Okay, interesting. And Seagull Rock is in the house. Everybody saying hello to everybody. Next up, we've got two gay men kill each other in a jealous rage. So this is rare. Like I said, I skipped over so many traffic accidents, drugs, and a lot of deaths. And only the ones that were odd are the ones that I've kept. If you guys came late, make sure like you check the replay when we're done. Our very first story were some guys that were dressed up in Power Ranger suits and were doing tricks on their motorcycles for TikTok. They were re-educated and let go. But yeah, so a lot of the stories are interesting. So this is very, very strange. This does not happen all the time. The couple died after they did each other in a jealous rage brought on by alleged infidelity around 11 a.m. yesterday. Well, as of the time this was, I'm not sure what day this story is. 34 and 35 years old. They both worked as hairdressers and had cohabited for over a year. According to the investigation and information from the neighbors, on the day of the killing, they became embroiled in an argument over infidelity, as one of them accused the other of having an affair with a new partner. He noted the argument between the two men became heated. They started fighting. During the scuffle, one of them grabbed a knife and used it on the throat of his partner. His partner, although injured, managed to grab the knife and do the same to the first guy. They were both seriously injured, and I guess they just bled out because it led to their death. A villager saw the incident, alerted the police. They've been sent to their bodies have been sent to their families for funeral arrangements. Infidelity, yeah, it happens. Okay, next up, the teen girl was buried. Chinese, and there were subsequent stories. I didn't bother with them about I think actually 2 Chinese suspects were arrested just outside of Phnom Penh, actually near where the killing fields is. A Cambodian teen was found dead with both her hands tied and her naked body buried on a plot of land. They did arrest 2 Chinese men. They were suspecting one that was her boyfriend. Around 11 a.m., the body was found buried. Wonder if they got a tip or something or what? They arrested one. They arrested the boyfriend. The victim was 18 years old. She was an online worker at a casino in Sihanoukville, originally from Kampot province. The body's been sent to her family. They're currently searching for additional suspects involved, and they have arrested more. declined to give greater details. The mother of the victim told police on Saturday that her daughter had been working at a casino in Sihanoukville. About 2 weeks ago, the victim phoned her mother and informed her that she had moved to Phnom Penh with her Chinese boyfriend. That was it. Okay, next up. Okay, no deaths in this one, so that's good. But a factory was admonished for discharging colored liquid waste and fatty substances into the sea. So isn't that a mess? Yeah, that looks pretty disgusting. And they try to protect the coast and the sea as much as possible. So the Ministry of Environment has acted on complaints from the residents about a factory that was discharging this colored liquid waste and oily substances into the sea in Sihanoukville. CS Tan Company, a leather processing company. So they inspected the company based on the complaints and they found illegal actions. That causes itching and affects the fishing, having a significant impact on their livelihoods. It was the liquid was being discharged directly through the sewage system into the storage ponds. There's 4 consecutive ponds without going through the treatment system. Well, this is the first time I have heard that there are 4 ponds and a treatment system for a sewage system anywhere in Cambodia, even Phnom Penh. So that's good news that one actually exists. This is where it was coming out into the ocean, I guess. Everybody doing their investigation, taking pictures. Must be a pipe buried underneath here. It's seeping out along the way. There was a rubber hose connected from the storage pond to the creek, approximately 700 meters away. They found the company used 8 water pumps to pump the liquid waste to a newly dug canal. I get it. So this is the dirt that they were making this canal here. And so as they dug this canal, then they just put the dirt on the side so that the water would flow along. Okay, I get it. Directly to the sea with tree branches covering the surface to hide it. About 300 meters. So that's why they're here. There's some tree branches. They're showing here the tree branches that are over the canal part. Got it. They acknowledge their mistakes. For emergency measures, the working group required the company to stop pumping its liquid waste into the sea until the treatment system is ready and permission is obtained. Experts took water samples and then just give some codes that, that are broken. It's punishable, yes, by 1 to 5 years imprisonment and a fine, depending on the actual environmental impact. It does not include other penalties that will be determined through further procedures. The Minister of the Environment thanked the residents for providing the information. Yeah, because without whistleblowers, then, what can you do? So this is like damaged soil. Ooh, this is the sludgy canal. There's sludgy stuff coming out of the pipe. Nasty. Lots of pictures. Resin. Okay, so that's it. There. Let's see what you guys are saying. Horrible. Getting modern. I know. It's like we the modern countries like America have made so many mistakes, especially environmentally. And instead of learning from those mistakes, it's like, well, they got to do it, so we get to do it too. Yeah, buddy. Okay, just a few more to go. Next up, the ministry says a Facebook page that posted an obscene AI song must be held accountable for their actions. So we talked last time, it was a couple weeks ago, but how the Ministry of Culture and Fine Arts had issued a statement that people need to stop being like obscene, sexy, whatever, if they're selling their products, if they're doing their music, whatever that they're doing, they need to uphold the dignity of the Kingdom of Cambodia. And so now the crackdown has begun. So apparently this is a screenshot from the video. And let's see. The Facebook page is called All From Me, had posted a song titled Kang Rui that contained crude, obscene, and immoral content that severely affected traditional culture, customs, social dignity, and the values of Cambodian women. The ministry said that although the song produced by artificial intelligence technology was removed from the Facebook page, the person who manages the Facebook page must be held accountable for their actions. Okay, and okay, that's what they're saying. With such posting and distribution, the ministry calls on the competent authorities to take steps to identify this person, to hold them accountable for this action, and requests the public using social media not to continue sharing and promoting that song, as well as any content that is obscene. So what are you guys saying? Miriam only drinks bottled. Oh, do I drink tap water? Actually, this coffee is, it's tea. I have tea tonight. I get this, here, I'll show you. Okay, intermission. There you go. So this is the brand that I'm getting now. You can see it's pH 8.0. It's been filtered and everything. So one of these bottles is $1.50. So generally it's like a $5 deposit the first time you get one. As soon as you have one and you just like exchange it for a full one, then it's like $1.50. Sometimes it's depending on the brand, it can be $1, $1.25, but this one is a higher end brand. So, and it's brand new as well. So I think it's $1.50. But as you can see, it's empty. I need to get it refilled. I went to fill it up and it was empty. It's like, so I took my water kettle there, into the bathroom, the tap for the shower. I just turned it on, but because the tap in the sink where you wash your hands, that's too low for me to get the kettle in there, right? So more of like the bathtub type faucet, only there's no bathtub, but there's still the faucet that's like for a bathtub. I put my kettle there. I just put a little bit because I just needed some for the coffee, and then turn the kettle on. So basically, here's the water situation in Cambodia. When you have, if you live in a community that has running water, has tap water, right? Then it's been through a treatment plant, and when it comes out of that treatment plant and it's tested, it's absolutely any international standard of drinking water, okay? However, once the water, because you got to have some place that's like a water tank. The water goes up, so you get the water pressure then to go down to the rest of the city. Once it's coming out of that water tank and it's going through various pipes to different parts of the city and to eventually your house, those pipes may not be maintained the best. So it just depends on where you live. And where I live, I'm fine with the water, you know. So that is the water situation. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Okay, we finished that one. Next up, toddler dies from H5N1 in Prey Veng. They don't want to say bird flu. Okay. So I know this isn't like actually criminal, but, you know, given the big outbreak that had happened previously around the world, it's kind of interesting to keep track of what's happening in the Congo or what's happening here or there. So in Cambodia, this is the second human death due to bird flu this year, I believe. Yes, the country's second case this year. 2-year-old boy followed the death of a 28-year-old man in a different area, unrelated. Interviews revealed that the household kept chickens, had around 15 chickens that were sick and some already dead. The child had been playing and lying under the house near the chicken coop. Despite receiving diligent care and support from medical staff, the child died on Tuesday after the parents had brought the child to the hospital in a critical condition due to fever, coughing, fatigue, and severe breathing difficulties. So the ministry is now calling on people to remain vigilant about bird flu. Avoid any contact with dead birds. And if you have basically flu symptoms and you've had contact within 14 days, that you should immediately seek medical help at the nearest hospital. They urge people to pay extra attention, especially not to give children just any medicine, but to get them to a health facility before it's too late. There you go. So the guy is here in a Tyvek suit testing their farm. Hey, Frugal is in the house. You were chatting with your day on FaceTime. Dad. You're okay. I got it. You were chatting with your dad on FaceTime. Okay, Dad trumps the Maven. Don't worry. But you might want to, watch it from the beginning and once it's over, because we're about ready to wrap up. There's 2 more stories. Are there any issues with eating eggs? No, not at all. Not at all. Because the eggs came from live chickens. Okay. It's only the dead chickens you got to worry about. But the very first story, I'll give you a hint, was about 2 guys dressed up as Power Rangers doing tricks on their motorcycles for TikTok. Got busted. Let's see. Zombie chicken eggs. I think we talked a little bit about eggs last night. Phnom Penh youths arrested after severing a woman's finger. This is what they do. So let's say there's a big crowd. They'll put one officer in front and one officer behind, and then the perpetrator in the middle, and ride them to the police station. That's the guys, when they're in this army green, it's the gendarmerie. 2 louts have been arrested after irresponsible horseplay led to a woman having her finger severed. Occurred around 11 p.m. in Phnom Penh. There she is. That's a hospital. That's a clinic. So this is a wooden slat platform with linoleum, like flooring. They don't use linoleum for floors. They only use tiles for floors. So what they use linoleum for is to like cover tables. So because see, here's the nurse. Well, this one's got gloves. This one's got gloves. Here's the stainless steel tray with the like suturing, implements. She's got her IV in. They've got betadine here. So if you want a glimpse of like, if you're not at one of the main hospitals, like if you look at when I was sick and I was at Central Hospital, it's a normal international standard hospital. This is what your basic clinics might look like. Sources from residents at the scene said that before the incident, they saw two groups of people chasing each other, with one group trying to run away and the other trying to chase. Hearing the commotion, the victim, who was in her rented room, opened the door to see the reason for the commotion. As the victim was pulling the door shut, one of the assailants suddenly slashed at the door, causing the victim's finger to be severed and her bone to be injured. She was immediately taken to the hospital by her relatives. I think these are a couple of the guys they caught. After the incident, police arrested two perpetrators, took them to the police station for questioning and further procedures. There they are. Thought it was fun at the time, huh? Not so fun now, guys. They look the same on a motorcycle. Yeah, the police and the perpetrators and everything. Okay, last story. This is it. A foreigner detained after urinating in Angkor Wat or on Angkor Wat. So this is the Chinese guy saying sorry. I mean, maybe one of the most ancient things that you could say in America would be the Alamo, or something super symbolic would be the Statue of Liberty. So if somebody unzipped their pants and relieved themselves on the Alamo or the Statue of Liberty, there'd be a stink about it. He was detained by authorities after he was observed urinating in Cambodia's iconic Angkor Wat complex. 61-year-old Korean interpreter committed the inappropriate act. And video was posted on social media. Oh, wait a minute. He's using a bottle. Still, it's kind of like you can see it's in plain sight of everybody. And he's got this like tourist, you have to like go through like a certification to be a tourist guide at Angkor Wat. And as an interpreter, you're part of that tourist guide thing. So he's got like a uniform on. And yeah, to be relieving yourself. I thought he was actually like getting the urine on the temple. But yeah, that's a public indecency situation, I think. Although he's being, you don't see anything. So he's covering himself up a little bit. He summoned the police summoned the guy to come in and explain. Here he is saying sorry because he got re-educated, might have had to pay a fine. He admitted that he did it, said that he has a chronic kidney disease. He made a public apology, promised he would not continue to work as a tourist guide until he recovered from his illness, and then voluntarily handed over his interpreter's license to the Department of Tourism for safekeeping. There you go. That's what you got to do. You got to make a public apology. Peeing on the largest religious structure in the world. Traveling fools. Hey, well, that's here. You guys got to watch the whole thing, but I'll show you what we started off with. Power Rangers. You got to go back. You want to know what happened. You got to go back and I found some good ones for today. That's it. That's all the stories I picked. Um, like I said, I left out a lot of the car accidents, drug busts, um, even a lot of the um, people who died at the hands of others. Because I don't want to say it was routine, but whatever. So there were a couple of just two or three on the of that subject. But there you go. That's the show for tonight. Before anybody runs away, please let me remind you that love transcends time and space. So wherever and whenever you are watching this, I love you. I do. I love you. Now we can chit chat, and then I'll end the show when the chit chat's over. Traveling Fools had a birthday this past week. Congratulations, happy birthday on another year. I popped into his trivia. He does an amazing trivia with Friction Vixen. His channel is in the description. Traveling Fools. Hugs, Mumsy says. Indeed, hugs, everybody. Yeah, I mean they do an amazing job on their trivia. They put a lot of work into it, and it goes for like 3 hours at minimum. And this week I had work to do. I had work I had to get done. So, but I did see the notification, so I popped in and said happy birthday. And Frugal, if you don't know Frugal's channel, he puts up a lot of great content. His content right now is pretty much his trip to Battambang that he recently took. Didn't get it. What's up for tomorrow? Movie trivia. I'll find some Oscars related games since this is the Oscar week. And then Friday, I'll do a live show. Well, I mean, I won't really. It'll be kind of like the panel discussion of an event I'm hosting on Friday that is a celebration of film. Mosquito. Go away. Yeah. So celebration of film. There's going to be trivia, clips from the Oscars, things like that. I'll be hosting it. There's a lucky draw. There's a best costume giveaway. So it's going to be fun. And I don't know, like, I guess maybe when the clips are being shown, I'll try to hop over and check the chat, see if you guys are saying anything, but you might just need to chat amongst yourselves. Starts though at 7. The event starts at 7. So East Coast people or UK or Cambodia, probably no problem jumping on, but Pacific Coast, you might need to just watch the replay. Andy showed up at the end of our show yesterday, and I was wondering though if maybe he was somehow writing in the comment section instead of in the live chat, because it kind of seemed like he was putting in answers. So Andy, I don't know if you were watching live or if you were watching the replay, but got a lot of comments from Andy. Yeah. Who else has a channel that does anything? I think that's it. Seagull, do you do content? If you do content, then let me know. I'll add you. But I guess that's it then. That's it for today. So same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow. We'll do movie trivia and have fun. And until then, catch you later.